tie match at the drop. Double gen pop to avoid the deadlock. They do go down. There is a haste status effect. They did be careful here. The hatch is going to spawn momentarily. Deadhard could get them the distance to get it too.
Really smart play on the ace. Oh my god, getting shot through the window.
No longer have distortion, and they are going to teleport here. I think they get there in time. Yes!
Holy crap, yes! That is disappointing. This is be a 4-man out because...
Yeah, but they will be able to block this. Yo, getting caught on that. Ace coming with the body block. Oh, they were here. But are we though? Welcome back everybody to Champions of the Fog. I'm your host, Ark, aka Giltspire, and joining me today is none other than littlerugaard himself. I don't know where we got this guy, but anyway.
I swear to God.
Oh man, we've been casting for what, a year and a half now together at some point?
Yeah, probably more than that at this point between Vigos and here.
Jeez, you're right. It has been a long time.
It's been a year for COTF past March. The channel has been live since then, so more than a year, probably like a year and a half too.
A year and a half too, but I mean, anyway, it's Modern Retro versus Arctic Wolves, and I'm pretty stoked about this game. I've known these teams for actually quite a while. Surprisingly, I've been able to watch them play as the time goes on. And I believe you said we're playing an Executioner here?
Yeah, we are starting off strong with the judge, the jury, the Executioner on Rancid. So it's going to be very... Good. Yeah, I mean, it seems good off the bat. It's going to be very interesting to see, as it is an Execution mirror match, and then we'll be running into Azrael's resting place with a Spirit and Oni. So,
those are not quite... choices.
Yeah, those are some interesting choices to see Spirit on trial number 3, but Oni on trial number 4. Definitely a choice to say the least.
Just a little bit. I mean, we've seen some swingy, the other day, a nurse got tied against a twin. So it is entirely possible. Yeah. It is all up to the killer how they play the killer, but Spirit and Oni, again, seems a bit of a stretch, but I mean, if the Oni is absolutely cracked with them flicks and gets an early hit, they can probably do just as much damage as the Spirit, honestly.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, only time will tell, but we are going to be loading in right now to trial number 1 with Arctic Wolves killing first. And I'm just excited to see how cracked this Pyramid is. You know, for me, I am a fan of Pyramid. I'm a fan of Artist, so always good to see some play and comp. And already... coming out swinging with the Corrupt Intervention, and now we'll have... Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. pretty good standard setup here.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I will say, yeah, I was about to say, every time we've seen Executioner, you seem to be a little bit, like a kid in a candy store. Like,
yeah.
This is what the doctor ordered. And a beautiful hit through the window.
For these exact reasons right here.
Oh, very, very good. However... see how they play the meat tree. I wouldn't be surprised if they just ran straight away through the meat tree. Yeah, they're running away. I wouldn't say it meat tree either. That is a dangerous loop against a Pyramid Head.
Yeah, between not wanting to get tormented, not wanting to get hit, it makes a lot of sense to WA in that scenario. And actually why a lot of times you'll start seeing me actually not use my power as much outside of mind gaming at pallets like we see here. But, this Pyramid Head Spider is going to be doing a lot of prediction hits, it will seem. And we'll have to wait and see if this does pay off in the end.
They did get tormented by that just little bit of trail there, so... ultimately going to run to the corner, but not quite get there. And yeah, first down for this Pyramid Head. However, notice they're taking chase on the Corrupt side. I would imagine 2, maybe 3 gens might be popping momentarily here.
Yeah, I mean, that was not exactly a short chase, though it was almost immediately at start. So definitely giving Pyramid a little bit of time. And we do see a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, regressing that gen by 15%.
I do love a good Pain Resonance. I'm curious. Okay. Already on an offshoot, do you think we're going to see more Call of Bryant Pop Goes the Weasel after seeing how much value it got yesterday? Or do you think they're going to stick with the Pain Res builds?
On specific maps, I think the answer is yes. You know, where you're really holding down those 3 and 4 gens, but where you're kind of just going and the hit and run tactics of get it down, get to a gen, get it down, get to a gen to try and stop exactly what we saw right there. I think you do want to bring things like Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, maybe even Ruin in some unique circumstances.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, as soon as those two popped, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the pain right there. However, as we've seen before, they have waited a significant amount of time for this unhook, so they might be able to block this off potentially. We'll have to see if they make a 1-for-1 or if they do get the full hook trade.
Yeah, we do see another survivor coming on in. There's Nancy and the Claudette trying to block him off, but unable to do so successfully.
Oh, no.
That there is the second phase on Serena with the Torment on top. Pyramid Head trying to go for the full tunnel out.
I think so. I'm wondering if the Claudette was the one with the For the People and not able to get that off in time. I imagine you would have sent the For the People person over there immediately and just worried for that exact thing. Hit on the Nancy, however, missing the Zarina, I'm sure the intended target. Nancy doing everything she can to keep this Pyramid Head off, but do they go for the tunnel or do they go for the hook?
It looks like they kind of do a little bit of both as they hear the Claudette here on the generator, wanting to throw them off prior to them being able to pop it instead. Honestly, not a bad call, and with Zarina getting out of dodge, definitely a good call to hook the Zarina here, and looks like they'll be going for another Scourge Hook, more likely not.
I think so. That means that there's 2 Scourge Hooks in the central area. Yeah, that is actually horrifying because that gen in the shack was already pretty well progressed, and knowing that there's a 4th one on the way is it's not a great feeling. However, Zarina did get a full heal. I think they just found the Zarina as well, so they traded off the med kit.
Yeah, we actually we did see a crow go off, and I was wondering if Pyramid Head was going to see that too, and thankfully they did, was able to identify where the Zarina is, unfortunately, with that medkit in hand, able to get healed. And yeah, Rancor, another interesting thing here, as we do see the Obsession has been hooked once as well.
True. I mean, as long as you don't like have them death hook by the end, I think you still get plenty of Rancor value, but this Survivor's dead. This is Final Judgment coming. You don't have to hook them. Though, honestly, is it better off to try and find the Scourge Hook in the area?
It definitely is a bit of give and take. There are certain moments where you just go, screw it, Final Judgment. I need to just get that quick Mori and go. And I think in this scenario, as we see Nancy here, I think it worked out in the long run. However, you know, there's definitely that question of the generator in Shack has a lot of progression. That generator that Adam was on had a lot of progression. And we see Adam here trying to crank this gen out as we speak.
Yeah, also, we see the double range add-ons for the execution here. I think if they had had just like 0.5 more, I think they would have hit the Nancy there at the end. That was so close. They had the aim down.
Yeah, it just came down to the distance. And speaking of Adam trying to get some right here, but unable to get to the pallet in time, trying to do a little bit of a cheeky fake, but unfortunately getting caught on some geometry.
Yeah, and Adrenaline, however, on the Nancy, immediate no way out. So only 2 yeah, this would have been the 3rd stage if they could have get the hook in time, but unfortunately it's only going to be 2 for them. However, I'm sure this is more than enough to find the Nancy. We saw where the Nancy ran off to. Well, I guess no, she had Adrenaline. She could be halfway across the map from where she was last seen. Yeah,
you know, Rancor, though good, is no bitter murmur, and so you get that snapshot in the moment, but after that, they can be literally anywhere. And it looks like Pyramid Head is just going to commit to this hook here, you know, do some clapping, you know, at least provide the Adam a little bit of tune.
Yeah, I think it actually works out pretty well. This will be a 7-stage 2K if things stand. They cannot do an unhook because the Rancor shuts off Nancy. You can't, you know, cleanse Noed to keep this hook. So this should be a progression to death, which I think is a 2-point victory for Pyramid Head. I think 7-stage 2K.
It would be indeed. Now, I will say, we haven't seen Deliverance game. I don't think I saw Adam go for a unhook, and thus, because we see the 2 survivors exit, that will be death to Adam, and that will be a 2K7 hook, just as you said. Honestly, the only thing I could think of doing there is, let's say Claudette wasn't the one to have BT, but had For the People. Imagine you heal Claudette, then For the People's Nancy or something to that degree, if they are able to pull that off to, like, transfer the obsession, but that would have
Mm-hmm.
been the stars aligning.
It was the Claudette that had the For the People. She was the one that took the hit, I think, when they went to the unhook. So they weren't able to For the People the Zarina in time. So close, though. So close. Wait, that means if hold on, that means that Claudette was the one to do the full unhook, right?
Yes.
No, that was Nancy that did the unhook. That was Claudette took the hit, then Nancy did the unhook. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, and Zarina had deliverance. I just realized.
They did. Yeah. Man, finding that deli target right off the bat is such a boon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Did we just see Rancid Abattoir briefly before the? Okay, wait, we're on the casting screen now, right? I see a different screen than the casting screen. We don't have like an OBS cam going. Sometimes because the way the end game screen works, it pulls we're going full tech mode off of comp for a second. We're going down to like a weird train. The camera pulls you off into the distance and then has that ending screen animation where you have this walking path, you have the survivors animated, and you have a heavy fog around so you can't see any other things in the game because it's still loaded into the map. It'll sometimes still send you right back to where that camera at last was, and so the ending screen stopped, but we went back to Rancid Abattoir for a couple seconds. Sorry, this game has a lot of bugs, but a lot of the bugs are harmless and just really funny and interesting. And that's one of the ones I really like, is when we just go back to the map briefly from a different perspective.
No doubt, no doubt. But with
Sorry,
that
I'm a
being
nerd.
said, what are you talking about, Rue? I think we all are.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
But with that being said, we are getting this lobby set up for trial number 2. So before we go on to any other tangents, we are going to be taking a quick break. As a reminder, though, you all here are our sponsors today, as we do not have one here at Champs of the Fog. So if you guys are interested in sending us, some DMs about sponsor opportunities, definitely don't hesitate to do so over on Discord. Otherwise, though, all the ads that you watch, all the bits that you tip, all the subs that you buy, all go towards the production of Champions of the Fog. So we really do appreciate you, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you in a bit. Everybody to Champions of the Fog. We're loading into Trial 2 here very, very shortly. Do you expect to see a similar build coming in from Modern Retro on the execution that we saw Arctic Wolves bring? I actually like the build overall. I think Pop could have been particularly useful, but it really depends on how much you lean into the Torment. I don't know. I think the build was overall pretty fine.
I have actually started to be determining my builds depending on whether or not I kill first or kill second, because based on that, I think you're able to adjust your build based on what the win condition is.
That's fair.
And in this case, as we are looking at a necessary, what is it, a 2K8 hook, I think that
all you need is a 2K8 hook to take the set, yeah.
So I think here we could be seeing an endgame build. I think that would make a lot of sense, where you could probably guarantee that late game value.
I could see that for sure. I think this one does a lot. The only reason I say is that like Scourge Hook offers, like, it's also just the information package too. It was like, okay, someone's definitely over there that I didn't account for, and maybe gives you a hint on where you take your chase test. Especially on Rancid. Like, it's so hard to get good information on Rancid. I say as the killer actually found a survivor relatively quickly. That's like 20 seconds into the game, and he's already on a survivor. And it's a arena to boot. And it's a hit through. Is this a replay?
I was about to say, are we watching the same thing, just different spot? You know, the universe is colliding.
Oh man, it feels like it. However, I think this one is a P3 Pyramid Head, possibly. We do see the same add-ons. Oh, and they catch this arena out again too. This arena might be going down.
Good mind game here. Zarina trying to bait out the pallet here. Pyramid Head trying to mind game her back, and it's kind of a back and forth here. Pyramid Head does take the shot, does miss though, and Zarina will get away to the window.
Was it a dead hard though? I think that might have been a dead hard. They got a little bit of distance between the shot.
Yeah, you're right. It's Zarina passing right by that lit totem. These survivors are going to be on that in just a few moments. You got to imagine, with the first totem popping off, that there is Ruin and Undying, with Undying now out of the game.
I'm really surprised. Like I said, I would have expected more of an endgame build, but Ruin Undying means there's only one potential. I'm surprised that didn't hit. That might have been a resilience fault, potentially. Oh, good dodge, too. Yeah, 1 gen down and no hooks. This is getting a little bit tricky now for the killer, because, like you said, they're probably going to call that placement. Oh, good double back. They even recognize, like, yeah, that was a good one. Oh,
yeah, and honestly, this makes a lot of sense what we're seeing right now, because we see that Aranis is the one being chased right now, and they were the Pyramid prior. You know, if you play them enough, you know how to play against them, too, so this does make a bit of sense.
True. You mix it, like, the biggest thing that I've always found is you have to mix it with the mind games. Excellent shot there from the Pyramid Head, though. A Corrupt just ending. This will be first hook. However, 2 survivors are tormented. That could come and help later.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a very big play as far as the tunnel is concerned. I mean, like we said earlier, all it requires is a 2K8 hook, and with both Adam and Zarina currently tormented, I mean, that is some good final judgment opportunities right there.
Oh, but I was gonna say, this guy's running into the torment area too. If all these survivors end up getting tormented, I could imagine seeing like maybe a cage spree. Just trying to get as much with them across the map as possible.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work out as well as one might hope, as if you are tormented and get an uncage, you too become untormented. True. So when it comes down to it, the more people tormented here, if Pyramid does go for the cages, the less value you're going to get in the long run. So there's definitely a give and take to be had, but looks like this Pyramid Head is looking to cage the Zarina here, as they are going to go for the tunnel out.
Right, I was more referring to, like, if you get 2 slugs at the same time, which is obviously not very common, but, you know, if they're trying to prevent the tunnel, and you happen to get both the body blocked slug and the actual intended target slug, you can cage both of them, and you've got 2 survivors on opposite sides of the map, and then that is a lot of time having to be spent uncaging. Yeah, obviously, if they're all tormented, then they all lose tormented, but...
Oh,
yeah, she does have dead hard.
I was about to say, you were right on the money with that dead hard, as Arena does a beautiful dead hard right there after the pallet drop, getting a little bit of distance, and Pyramid Head losing them a bit in this chase.
I will say, they dead harded because the Pyramid Head was also on the money with that, and they knew it. Like you said, they played Pyramid Head before. They know it. So it's like, oh yeah, that one's gonna hit. I've got to use dead hard here. So good call from the Zarina. However, I think she will end up going down here. However, there's only 2 gens left. I imagine it's not going to take too long for these survivors to be done with this. And there comes the cage.
I mean, it makes sense here. You're going to deactivate any possibility of we'll make it, BT, Decisive Strike, and more on the second hook. So now you can go immediately for Zarina and get that third hook in. And if you're able to do so, this puts you in the position to meet your win condition of that 2K8 hook. But it really comes down to that. And unfortunately, though, still really quick heal.
Yeah, I was expecting while you were talking to like for the homies to happen, but instead they're like, no, we don't need the broken status effect. Pyramid Head has to walk all the way back here. Let's just do a normal heal and not take the broken status effect. And smart play, and I think it's going to pay off for them.
Yeah, it looks like it was a bit of a heal party. We saw both Ace and Lori there, and Lori going down. I thought she had the right idea, but then she doubled back into the hit, and so that would be a very quick chase for the Pyramid Head, and this is what they needed to bring this game back in their favor.
True. I will say... So I watch a Pyramid Head main Vampire Toothy. They played comp briefly back in Vigos as well. They've been doing a similar thing where they kind of flick the Pinhead or the Pyramid Head just a little bit before they swing. They look like they're going one direction and just like bring it back all of a sudden. And it is so hard to do. I have no idea how to do it. But that was so good. That was a beautiful shot. Oh, they found the Zarina though. That is their tunnel target.
And Zarina trying to fake them out there. Last time they did not go for the window. This time doing a bit of a slow vault to trip them up. Unfortunately, not able to make it happen. But Pyramid Head actually going back to this jet and knowing full well if they leave them for too long, this will be completed. And so giving up a lot of pressure here.
Indeed. Getting a quick hit on the ace. However, noticing Zarina also did a quick heal. Man, these heals are coming in fast, though. Nancy also, Laurie also getting a heal. I'm wondering if they're trying to get a hook on everybody and then maybe secure a kill. If they get 2 extra hooks on fresh survivors and then also go for a kill on one, that ends up being another tie condition, doesn't it? A 6-stage 1K if everyone got hooked.
I believe that is correct. It will come down to the stars aligning, though, as the Pyramid just is not able to get these downs quick enough. Adam with the adrenaline on top of which, and No Way Out activated immediately with only 2 stacks. So that's only around 30 seconds worth of time where these survivors have to wait.
True, and there is no haste status effect. There's no Rancor. Nothing to make this any easier. They're going to try and do their best, but I don't know how it's going to turn out. Adam running right back into them. Body blocks coming in. Yeah, the good double back there. Now that I think they've got the body block. However, No Way Out still has a couple more seconds left before they can finish. Beautiful hit through the corn, though. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh.
I was about to say, go back, cage that man now, and then go for the Zarina there. Cage that man! Don't hook him, cage him!
This is an interesting choice here. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop the... Yeah, sprint burst as well. Oh, yeah, not caging might be the... Well, if they cage, he's probably going to go to the opposite side of the map, which is where the exit gate is. Hit on him. I don't know if they're going to be able to go for the unhook yet. Do you go for the ace or not here?
I think you have to, but it's going to result in a 3-man out. And the problem is now there is the possibility of a deliverance.
Or a borrow time, any number of things. I imagine we'll see a borrow time here. BT check coming in. No, there is not.
No BT! And cage is available. That will result in a stage 2 cage.
True. However, 2 survivors are in. I think if there's a spawn next to the other exit gate, which is what I'm guessing it's going to happen.
There is not. So the way that this cage will work is it's going to be in the tile to the right. So the far tile to the right is where the cage will be. Oh, no, looks like far tile to the left. So point being, it's not next to the exit gate. It can never be close.
Is there for the homies? Oh, this is crazy.
No for the people. Zarina out. Adam going to the other exit gate. That will be the 4-man out with 5 stages. It was just a roller coaster of emotions.
That was a lot going on. I was expecting, anything was up in the air. That was chaos. That was 2 minutes of pure chaos at the end game. Holy cow. Oh, okay, I got my breath. Are you feeling good?
Yeah, you have to kind of recover there, don't ya?
That was a lot. The crazy thing to us is like us as commentators are like trying to follow through. How do you think the Survivor comms are going? They're like, how do you streamline those comms to try and get the most out of them? I mean, yes, they've got the muscle memory, they've got the hours of practice, they know how to interact and work with each other. But still, I imagine those comms are screaming at each other.
Oh, absolutely, no doubt, no doubt.
Wow, that was a good executioner mirror. Survivors for Arctic Wolves just showing they, again, with the way that like you said, the way that they played, I imagine they have had a lot of experience against Pyramid Head.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
They came out and showed what they can do. It was very impressive. That was very, very impressive.
With that being said, Arctic Wolves will take the first set, and we are now going to be switching on over to Modern Retro Spirit, this time on Azerov's Resting Place. But before we do load that on up, I do want to remind everyone here that we are partnered with Stream for a Cause. They are a nonprofit organization based here in the United States and support a whole litany of causes, including this month where they are supporting some Going Green initiatives. So if you guys are interested in supporting that, definitely make sure to check out Champions for a Cause, the fundraiser that we spun up with them. And every dollar does make a difference and also does impact in some way, shape, or form the prize pool for Championship of Champions in December, where the winners of each season of COTF will be duking it out for the grand prize. With that being said, we'll be back right after these ads.
See you in a bit. Welcome back, everybody, to Champions of the Fog. We're going into set number 2 shortly here. And I'm curious, Gil, do you think Modern Retro, leading with the Spirit, can try and take set 2 and maybe possibly even tie? It's only a 4-point difference going in here. Do you think they can tie it for a set number 3?
It's so hard to say with Spirit. Like, I feel like it's so up in the air whether or not Spirit does well, since she is still, for all intent purpose, S tier, or if she just does horribly. And it's like, it comes down to, how do you measure the strength of killers when you're talking about comp versus pubs? And like, I feel like Spirit in pubs, still S tier. Spirit in comp,
because you can bring Mother-Daughter Ring, like, you can bring the Blossom Mother-Daughter Ring, and it's like, okay, so it's just
Spirit,
like the OG
basically.
Spirit, except no downsides again. Are you kidding me? Yeah, but luckily, none of that here. None of that here. Get that garbage out of my... No.
And so, I do question if in comp, if Spirit really is that good, you know, still S tier in the long run. So I do contemplate that fact.
Is that a 4-gen on the Corrupt side, or is that kind of leaning towards the middle there? No, that looks like a 4-gen on the Corrupt side. Very strong, potentially, for the Spirit if they decide to capitalize on it. And they spawned in the middle on this side, so that means that no one can spawn to either side of them, so they all spawned over here.
Yeah, and with Azrael's Resting, we do see really quickly a bit of a shadow there sneaking in the background. I do believe that there is the Adam, who will be caught out. No sprint burst in hand this time, though, and we will see a very early hit.
This might be a potential very quick 2-tap here on the Adam. See how the Spirit follows it up here.
Oh, was that like a 99 sprint burst? Like, what was that?
There's no time for that to have been a 99 sprint burst, in my opinion. I actually have no idea.
Maybe just like the end of Overcome?
I mean, they took a hit. Spirit waited a couple seconds before it came in. That can't be Overcome. It might have been a sprint burst. I mean, I guess starting out together, if you immediately sprint bursted, yeah, I guess technically. Wow, I genuinely was not expecting a sprint burst ready there. That is so insanely timed. But regardless, first hook on the Adam here. Still in the Corrupt zone, still in the Corrupt timer. And I'm wondering, yeah, this gen is getting worked on. They recognize the 4-gen, and in comes goes the Weasel. All right. I was not expecting that. That was an insane sprint burst. I can't get over that. At first, I was like, there's no way. But we didn't see a vault notification. There's no way they could have balanced.
Yeah, it was just a really strange, like, sprint out of nowhere. I'm like, excuse me, what?
Yeah,
so it'll be very time. It would be very interesting to see what they have at the post-game. Zarina, though, trying to sneak on by to get the unhook. Spirit here doing a really good job of kind of boxing these survivors out from getting to the basement. And we see Zarina coming on in, Ace coming in too. Honestly, the Spirit should be really happy to see this, meaning at most we see one survivor on gens. So right now, the Spirit is in prime position to stop this unhook with Ace coming on in. Time is short. Unfortunately, the hit's too early. And no second stage on the Adam. However, Ace will go down for the 1-for-1 trade.
They will get the hook trade. Yeah, I get it. The Ace actually did a really good mind game there of like, oh, I'm committing. I think you're too far with it. And the Spirit's like, oh, I'm going to get you with, the ping thing. And they're like, nope, faked it. Sorry. Well played. Zarina even possibly getting a body block there, but ultimately not going to get it. And another pop coming in on this gen. They might need to stick to a different gen or try and get a survivor on a different one. There is one far away where they found the Adam originally that might be the better target for them. I don't know. That's tough. That's going to be a tough 4-gen to break.
Yeah, really good setup here for the Spirit, to say the least. Another person in basement as well. The question is if the person in basement has Deliverance in hand. I mean, that was a really aggressive unhook. So I would imagine Ace here going to wait out as long as possible and waste the Spirit's time. But honestly, Spirit can just sit back here in this 4-gen, and I don't feel like it's wasted time. It just comes down to, boxing them out and keeping this to endgame. You might not get the most points for it in the long run, giving the survivors a little extra, but I mean, it works out.
True. I mean, yeah, exactly. It's not wasted time with, there's, like you call it, the Deliverance. However, yeah, it did not waste the time. You're patrolling the 4-gen. Yeah, you can go get gens on the other side done. And to be fair, they probably should. You probably should do the other gens just for the sake of points if, all else fails. And a decisive as well on the Deliverance, so no unbreakable Deliverance. And pre-dropping the pallet, Ace might actually get off scot-free.
Yeah, Ace just getting a lot of good distance there. Really good heads-up play. Obviously, Spirit kind of evaluating the pros and cons of going for that pickup, and unfortunately, the cons might just outweigh the pros as we see them committing to this chase on Ace, but that means leaving their 4-gen. This is a dangerous play, to say the least.
True, and like I said, they went and did the other gens, but now we might kind of get, we had a couple quick games beforehand. This might turn into a bit of a grind.
I don't think so as much. And the reason being is this is Spirit. This isn't Twins. This isn't, though she has mobility, she's reliant on being able to move within phase walk. And there's a lot of counterplay involved in that and a lot of commitment the Spirit has to go to here to get these downs. Spirit will be able to hook here on this side of the map, sure, but she's not going to be able to protect her 4-gen. So I think Survivors bit by bit can eke out value here, but they're going to have to play smart.
Every time the Spirit wins the chase, she goes over and pops the most aggressive gen, which will be at a Scourge Hook. Oh no, she has Scourge Hook and pop.
Yeah, and we see that immediate unhook there on the Claudette. Adam back here looks like it is a balanced landing, it looks like. So I wonder if he was able to somehow activate it off of that truck.
Oh, right, because there is a drop-off point where the railing isn't.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I don't... that's a good point. That is actually a good point. I was thinking, we didn't see the vault notification. They didn't drop, but yeah, that would do it. That would be fascinating.
Yeah, that's a really... Yeah, really good play there. Amazing dead hard there by the Zarina. And once again, we're kind of in the same situation now where the Spirit has to commit to this chase or they lose all value from it. And looks like that's exactly what they're going to do as they see 2 Survivors headed back to that 4-gen to get one of these gens completed, if at all possible.
Oh, and they are splitting up on the other one too, so they have noticed that this one is a little bit off in the distance from the others. However, I don't know if they're going to... Oh, this is a good tile. They will see how the Ace plays it. Holding the Sprint Burst up as well. We'll see if the Spirit can get a quick hit here and keep their power up. Oh, man, the walking is so strong. However, Adam and Claudette are now unaccounted for. I think that 4th gen is going to fall here in a second. Maybe this would have been a place where Call of Brine would be better than the Scourge Hook. I
think you are right, but I will say I think Spirit's making the right choice here. Commit to the chase, get pop in hand, Scourge Hook too, and slow down the game just a little bit more.
If this is a Scourge Hook, it'll help.
Yeah, this is a Scourge Hook. We're going to see a 15% regression on the most progressed gen, and that's a bit scary there that the Aces gen was the most progressed, because it means that they're working on something else somewhere else. Right.
I was about to say, that's the meme, the kid on the bus. I'm in danger.
Yeah, that sounds about right. We still see that gen sparking, though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No one touching it, so no pop can hit it right now. Looks like we'll instead see a pop here, but I do want to note that they have not checked out the other gen behind the hill.
True. Yeah, they are doing a multi-pronged attack here. And yeah, we see someone, I'm guessing possibly the Zarina? No, it can't be the Zarina. Who is this? Is this... Adam?
Whoever they are gone because Spirit cannot find them.
Ooh, missing a skill check there is going to be rough on the Survivors. Yeah, oh, this is so close. Yeah, I'm not saying that Scourge Hook Pain Resonance is not valuable. They are getting a ton of value out of that perk as well, but if worse comes to worse, you could say, okay, I'll let the Survivors reset, but I'm going to reset their gen progress back to nothing. Can't get the body block from the Claudette, and she's going to go down. Is this Death Hook for her?
I believe so, but one gen popping off, and I imagine that Ace's gen's still in a good spot too. So this might be a kill here, but these Survivors might be able to get this last gen as well. And also, sorry, correction, Zarina has not been hooked this game.
Oh no. Well, I mean, fresh hook is good. That's a lot of points on the front end. Oh, they touched this gen. It's gonna get popped. Well, okay, was it intentional to touch this gen? Oh, deliverance from this arena as well. Was it
I think
intentional
more
to pop that gen so that touch the gen so it's pop worthy, so that another gen doesn't get popped?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just for the fact that there isn't a gen of, nearly as much progress. I think that's just kind of like pub mentality, automated, thought process was, oh, gen regress, must touch gen.
Right. They're gonna leave the chase altogether. I think that smart. Fun bus is not the best place for Spirit to be. Oh man, this gen has no progress, and after popping and scourge hooking the previous gen, they got a gen out, but this is still going to be a nasty thing to break up. Spirit is eking out hooks here and there incrementally. Serena getting caught out. There's a power on this way too. They might be able to get a second hit here. Wait, that wasn't Deliverance, was it? That was Second Wind.
Oh, I think you're right.
Oh, good W. Oh, she W'd into the wrong spot and dead it. Oh no.
Yeah, it
Unfortunate
is
misplay.
painful to watch, but that there will be the second hook for the Zarina. I do believe this will be a Scourge hook on top of which. So Scourge hook pop coming into effect, but
How did they?
they must have been on the hill gen.
Oh man, that is insane. But however, there is a haste status effect. A's gonna go down. That means that there is no way out. Unhooking the Zarina. Is this second hook for Ace? No, he's dead. They could possibly get another hook here, but the question is, what exit gate are the survivors on? They got the unhook. It's the one in the distance. They're not on an exit gate, and these exit gates are so easy. And the Noed
is here as yeah. I was about to say, like, if X gates were here and Noed is on the other side, that's one thing. That gives survivors time to kind of find the bones and break them up. But with the exit gates and Noed in the same spot, this could be disastrous.
Yeah, unless the survivor is able to figure out, like, again, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Survivors took note of the totems, left specific ones there, and like, okay, we can go back and check this later. This was on the uncorrupted side of the map. This is where the survivors had the most time to explore. They might already know where Noah is and try and sneak someone back here to cleanse it.
Yeah, but looks like Spirit is out for blood, not wanting to give these survivors any time to regroup. And looks like they're going to be going for the Claudette here. Life, though, getting some good distance, but unfortunately, I don't think will be enough to get away.
You slug here. No, they're not. I thought about slugging just because a survivor. They knew they had to give up a survivor to get someone on the other side of the map to do an exit gate.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Zarina over here earlier, so maybe the thought is that no one has crossed the other side just yet, and sure enough, no progress there, but progress on that. Spirit is a 110 killer, just not able to get there in time. It looks like that will be a two-man out.
However, it is a 9-stage 2K, not the worst, all things considered, and I mean, again, I just have to hand it to the survivors here. They played really, really well at getting rid of that 4-gen. Under most circumstances, I would have been like, man, that is going to be so tough. But despite the pop goes whistle, despite the constant scourge hook, survivors just able to slowly grind the game into their favor. I mean, granted, it's still a win for the Spirit. I would say the survivors also get a minor victory as themselves just because that wasn't a 4K.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 2K 9 hook, so as close as you can get it, but still, really good play there by both sides. And we are going to be switching once again. This time, though, we are going to be seeing the Oni from Arctic Wolves.
And it is 17-10, I believe, in favor of the Spirit. So now it's a 3-point game, match point game in favor of Modern Retro. This could very well end up being a tie. This is a very close game. A 4-point lead turning into a 3-point deficit, but Arctic Wolves playing the Oni next. It could come back into their favor. What's the? No, I'm sorry. It is 20-13. Still 7 points, but so I guess the question is, what does the Oni have to accomplish? Obviously, you know what you have to do to get the set. What do you have to do to clutch the match point and get the 2-1 victory?
It would have to be a 3K. Like, just point-blank statement, it had to be a 3K at this point.
Tall
So
order for an Oni, I'm not gonna lie.
I think you bring an in-game package and just call it a day, but we'll speculate that more as the game does get set up. But we are going to be taking a quick break here before trial number 4, and as a reminder, I did mention it earlier, but we are partnered with Stream for a Cause. They're a nonprofit organization based here in the United States, and all the donations that you give will go to some really good causes, from Going Green, LGBTQA+, refugees in Ukraine, and a whole lot more. Definitely make sure, if you're able to, even donate $1 to Champions for a Cause, the fundraiser that we spun up alongside them. And your donations will also influence the prize pool of Champions in December, where the champions of each season of Champions of the Fog will duke it out for the grand prize. But with that being said, guys, we'll be back in just a little bit.
See you shortly. I was half expecting you, like, since I did this bit at the beginning with the name swap, I keep expecting you to, like, just to cut back and just, like, have us talk on stream and me not know any better. And, you know,
like,
spill
right
my guts on stream to everybody. It's fine.
No,
anyway, welcome back, everybody. We're getting into trial number 4 here. I know that he went back. I'm just... we've been casting for so long together. It's like we need to spice up the relationship a little bit, you know? Add a little bit of intensity. Anyway, we're gonna see how the Oni does with Arctic Wolves. It is well within the realm of possibility for Oni to bring this back to Arctic Wolves' favor in this set. I'm more curious about the match point coming. I think Modern Retro might have been able to secure the set win here because the 7-point lead. Oni quite not as powerful as the Spirit. We'll have to see how they combat it. I'm curious if they can eke out the match point. They're 3 points behind on the match point. I'm curious if they can get the match point here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really close to say the least. So going to be very interesting what's going to come out of this match and who's going to come out on top. I think just Oni, like you said, is a much weaker killer. And I think comes down to maybe not how strong of a killer whoever piloting Oni is, but how strong the survivors are in countering the Oni. Are they dropping pallets early? Are they making good use of their loops? If they do that, I think they're going to be able to get the win. If not, though, Oni's just going to snowball. Oni does what Oni does. He's going to squish some survivors into the ground.
I would tend to say so. Yeah, do they get the early hit or not? And we even mentioned that a little bit before is, did they get a 4-gen on this side that's not corrupted? I think they got an uncorrupted 4-gen.
Yeah, it is looking that way. Yeah, there's no real gen in middle. There's 3 on this side. Oni's still going to be going out and kind of prowling around, which does make a bit of sense. But they definitely cannot spend too much time here. Otherwise, they risk that 4-gen going.
True. But yeah, back to what we were saying earlier, like, the killers have played very, very well this set. It just, I think one side of the team survivors are just... they might be built and prepared a bit differently because the killers have played very well. Survivors are just, oh my goodness, they're so strong. Oh, good mind game, but the Oni called it out and is gonna get that first hit. We do see the Splintered Hull, my favorite Oni add-on in competitive, and look at the blood that's accumulating here. That's so much. They go for the vault. They didn't even need that. Oh my word, this is a very quick down. For the survivor's sake, I hope they are on the other side and working on gens, because this is a very strong first down. They don't get their power, though, I think. I don't think it's enough blood droplets to get their power.
No power just yet. Only going back to this hook. Not sure if this is a conscious decision, or maybe if this is a Scourge hook. Pain Residence.
It is, and is there enough blood here between the hook and the running? No, I think he's 4 orbs off of his power. So he's going to have to walk across there and hope they didn't get a fresh hit on somebody. They might be able to pop a gen in that amount of time, though. Little bit of progress on this one. I'm surprised we're not seeing another one that's more progress. Yeah, this one back here has more progress.
Yeah, looks like what they did here is they may have just split up on 3 separate gens. Makes a lot of sense, you know, try and split the pain from Pain Resonance. Obviously, Pop, though, able to put in some work as well. Looks like Ace will get unhooked in the meanwhile, and Oni will enter in another chase within this 4-gen.
Indeed. I was wondering if the Oni would have just, you know, let the survivors have the 4-gen side, keep a tight 3-gen, and keep it... Again, if you've got a side of the map with a bunch of Scourge hooks, I would say that's comparable. I would take the 3-gen with like 3 Scourge hooks in the same area over a 4-gen personally.
Oh, yeah, I would tend to agree with you, and I love what we just saw there. Oni trying to mind game that pallet, but Zarina just out mind gaming back. Oni now trying to once again protect his 4-gen. Unfortunately, though, I think there's just too much progress across these gens with not enough gen regression in hand. And Claudette saying, you know what, I'm just going to drop this.
Yeah, you might as well. You don't want to give him that hit. However, I don't think the survivors realize that this Oni's probably 30 seconds away from getting their power just by the natural tick-up. Which, I mean, it's what, a power every 8 minutes if left unattended? So...
I'm also fairly certain that Oni cannot get their power via the passive buildup. They need one blood orb.
Blood over here.
Yeah, there's one blood orb here, which will get them their power.
Okay, so they did a quick heal underneath it here, and We'll see if the Oni can get a snowball going. 1 gen down for the survivors finally. And they do find that ace again. I imagine, yeah, drop the pallet, no stun. And I think the A's might be going down here, unless there's some collision issue. Which, to be fair, it is ARP. It is a auto-heaven map. Collision issues do happen, but not today. And they're going to leave him slugged.
That is really surprising for 2 reasons.
is.
A, I think you just need to get to a Scourge, get your pop. But B, Oni's power is almost up. And as I say all the time, really what you want to do with Oni is keep half of your power for every time that you use it. So you only need 1 additional hit on the survivors. And with it being back to 0, we kind of reset the entire game with Oni having 1 hook and 1 less gen.
True. I will say survivors do have to walk to the other side of the map to get that pickup, but like you said, you might have wanted to save your power for that one hit, especially with the splintered hull. 1 hit, even if you're like less than halfway and you don't get it off that first hit, there's so much blood drops that, yeah, you'll finish at the power in no time. And we'll see if they are going to take a pallet and go back for their slug. Ooh, they pop a gen back here. That might mean that this ace could be getting picked up potentially. You know.
Yeah, we see him right underneath that pallet. We see the knee here too.
Taking a hit, though, a little bit of a spicy. I don't know if I would have taken that hit. That gives a lot of power. Look at all the blood. Man, I'm telling you, Splintered Hull is an absolute powerhouse on Oni.
Oh, without a doubt, we see right there getting their power. But 2 gens popping off. Back to back. I don't know. I think this is exactly what we were saying of, are the survivors good enough to play against the Oni? And I think the answer right now is yes.
Yeah, they might have come ready for this battle. Again, Oni's not the same powerhouse of Spirit, but I don't know. This it's not over yet. So you do have a power down. Like I said, down on the Claudette.
Hello.
One down. You got a slug. Game on. You know where 2 survivors are because there was a heal on the Nia in the back, and I don't think. Wait, did she have a medkit or not?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I can say we see the scratch marks of the Nia with the medkit. Only not able to get the flick though.
Oh, here comes potential snowball. This is scary for our survivor squad. They know the potential here. Pickup on the Claudette, possible unbreakable. They will go for the pickup. Is there a latent flashlight? No, there is not. That is the snowball Oni was looking for to bring himself back into the game. Oh my word. Well played. First hook on here. They do get the unhook on the ace. You better hope there's a DS in play because you know that Oni's got tunnel vision. Oh, Deliverance.
But who needs DS when you got Deliverance? That resets the entire game pressure back on the killer. And I mean, it's a 2-1 gen split here. They just need to commit to 1 gen and they are golden.
They were committing to 1 gen. However, Pop is going to reset that just a little bit. Survivor over here, and it might be the Zarina because there's no blood. Look at all this blood. They might be able to get their power just from some trickle.
Yeah, looks like that's exactly what they're thinking here, trying to get their power back for a bit more of a snowball. We see a lot of blood going to the other side of that map. But the thing is, this means that they now have to go away from this arena on that gen, which had a lot of progress. Yes, that pop regressed by 20 seconds, but 20 seconds goes by quick in a game of Dead by Daylight.
True, especially when you're Oni. Oh, good hit through the window. I would take the ace here and, well, they're going to go for slug tactics. I would hook the ace just scared of an adrenaline play. Oh, they got 2 different gens going.
They do. There's another injured survivor, so definitely a good call out on the Zarina on the other gen. Trying to go for the flick, but unable to get it, and that there is the last gen completed.
No Way Out proccing 2 stacks on that. We see a survivor over here probably going for the pickup on the ace. Claudette a little bit out of nowhere, and they're going to slug them as well. I would pick up the ace right now, get your kill, get the Claudette. You have enough blood around there, you might be able to get your power up again. You've got, what, a little bit over halfway of No Way Out? It's still possible for, and you see Nia back there, it's still possible.
I think the indecision here is going to cost them.
Interesting, going for the Claudette instead?
Yeah, I mean, this allows this arena to pick up the ace pretty freely at the hook. And now, even then, honestly, you could probably just not pick up the ace. To be honest, you could have just not picked up the ace because he can't get him to a hook at that point.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I mean, you know what you need to do. You only need to get 2 survivors out to try and secure it.
Yeah,
So
Serena
will
taking
give the power,
aggro
though.
here. I mean,
think if they
yeah,
hit
but
Serena-
I think it's a little bit too late though. No Way Out is already done. We saw Ace book it to the other side of the map. These survivors know what the win condition is, and I think they're gonna be able to get this 3-man out.
At this moment, yeah, they needed a hit earlier to try and get the snowball going, but it's not going to happen now. I think you're right.
Yeah, especially
there, yeah.
I imagine we see Ace healing soon too, or just coming in for a single body block, and Serena's off to the races. There's the Nia. Yep. Power is not up yet. Oni desperately trying to collect some blood, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late.
Just a little bit too late. If they spent a little bit more time getting some blood orbs, maybe, but... Oh, that was so close. That was so close. They had 2 different snowballs going on, but the survivors just had the resources to make a comeback between the deliverance, but also survivors coming in for the pickups. Ugh. That was so close. That's so hard to tell. Well played, well played. But yeah, it might also just come back to the fact that Spirit's just stronger than Oni. Maybe I don't know. That's hard to say, but well played to the Survivor Squad.
No.
What does that mean? So that means that Modern Retro will take the set. I think that, yeah, they will take the match point now, won't they?
I think that is what that is going to look like. We're still getting the final scores as we speak, so give us just a little bit of time to confirm. But based on some of my mental math, that would give Modern Retro the win for the set and for the match to boot.
Right, they had a 3-point lead going into this final trial for the match point, and if Oni couldn't bring it back to, yeah, I think Modern Retro ends up taking it. Bit of a reversal. Arctic Wolves had a very strong start at the beginning too.
Yeah, no doubt, and that there will be the final score. 36 Modern Retro to 27 Arctic Wolves for the set 2 final. Modern Retro coming on in, and last but not least, there is the match point, which will also go to Modern Retro 64 to 59 Arctic Wolves. A very close match.
Well played, well played. Yeah, Arctic Wolves coming in the beginning, having a... Again, I say strong lead. 4 points is a strong lead. It's easy to come back from technically, but it's still a good lead you would say too. But Modern Retro stepping up to the plate and managing to clutch it and bring it home in the end. Well played both teams. Congratulations, Modern Retro, and GG's Arctic Wolves. That was fun. That was a really good match. I enjoyed that. That was great.
Yeah, no, really good show from both sides, so GG well played to both, and congratulations, Mono Retro. But with that being said, that there will be the last match of today. I know, the first and last. There were a lot of reschedules today, so we had, I think, 3 matches going on all at the same time just now, with refs working in the background. So next time you talk to one of our staff members, give them a thank you for all their hard work.
I'm going to do an impersonation of the refs. Oh man, thank you, refs.
But with that being said, we are gonna end here. Before we do go though, Rue, when could people stop by, say hi next time you're live?
Tonight actually, I'm going live. We're gonna be playing some Jackbox. Stop on by. There's gonna be a decent sized party I think going on. It's gonna be 7-ish CST, I believe. It's gonna be a good time. I'm happy for it. There's gonna be a bit of a fundraiser subathon goal going on with Puppers as well, so definitely check that out too. But yeah, just gonna play some Jackbox. I haven't played Jackbox on stream before. It's gonna be fun. You ever played Jackbox?
Oh yeah, you'll. I have. We did it for a few community days. It will be a ton of fun, and definitely make sure, guys, to stop on by, as it is for a good cause. You know, we all here at DVD comp community know Puppers, so definitely make sure you stop by that stream and support in any way you can, with be by viewership and or donating.
Indeed, and Guilt, are you doing more hit lists tonight?
Not tonight, not today. Okay. I thought about it. It's going to be tomorrow. I was like, do I want to do that tonight? I still might. If it is, it'll actually probably be around the same time, 7 p.m. CST. But if not, I'll be live again tomorrow for some more Elden Ring no-hit runs, where we're going to be trying to, you know, go through the entire game. No-hit, as the description says. With that being said,
good for you. You're a stronger man than me.
Either that or just a little bit more masochistic. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. I won't question that bit. But anyway, it was fun. Thanks for having me on, and we will see you all next week with more matches. We move into what, round 5?
Round 4 for Saturday, round 5 on Sunday. We're coming up to the close of this
already
season.
Halfway? How are we already halfway?
I know, it's kind of nutty. Kind of nutty.
That's ridiculous. Wow. But that said, we will see you all next week for a little over halfway point. Stay tuned, everybody. It was fun. Good.
Bye-bye.